With that, to my friend and fellow Texan, Veronica Escobar, for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to address the American people because here we are on the precipice of passing the biggest tax breaks in American history for billionaires, and they are being funded by cutting services and programs to the American people, to hardworking Americans. In fact, this bill represents the biggest cuts to Medicaid and nutrition programs in American history. And Mr. Chairman, I remember when we were here debating the bill at the onset, and nearly every Republican said, oh no, there will be no cuts to Medicaid. That's not what we're doing. But we know for a fact, and we stated that that's what was going to happen. And in fact, that's why many of my Republican colleagues are afraid to face their own constituents at town halls, because the American people know that they can see through this smoke and mirrors. And in fact, Republicans are still saying that this bill only impacts able-bodied Americans who refuse to work. Nope, not true. And you don't have to take my word for it. Let me read you what a Republican has said. We're not, and this is a quote, we're not talking here about just work requirements. The House goes much, much, much further than that. This is real Medicaid benefit cuts. I can't support that. No Republican should support that. We're the party of the working class, and we need to act like it, end quote. Who was that? That was Republican Senator Josh Hawley. He even called this bill a tax on the poor and on hardworking Americans. So I agree with most of what Josh Hawley said. I would disagree that Republicans are the party of the working class. Democrats have supported paid family and medical leave, affordable high-quality child care, universal pre-K, the expanded child tax credit, health care expansion, making the wealthy pay their fair share. Every Republican last Congress voted against that. So they're not the party of the working poor or the hardworking Americans. And this bill doesn't just strip benefits for hardworking Americans. It hurts future generations by adding $7 trillion to the national debt. They're literally borrowing money from the future so that billionaires can get their big tax breaks. That's not working or protecting hardworking Americans. That is crushing hardworking Americans, making their lives harder. This bill doesn't make America better. It makes Americans sicker, poorer, and hungrier. That's why we will all be voting no. We urge some of our colleagues to listen to their own constituents who do not want them to pass this bill. Mr. Chairman, I yield.